Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, joined by Ozzy, Rich, and Luke. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we all?
Very good.
Rich, why do you look like you're all over the shop?
What do I look? Do I look like I'm all over the shop? I've got a new laptop.
Oh, you looked all wide-eyed there. You went.
No. I've just spent about 5 minutes reconnecting headphones to Bluetooth and stuff because of a new computer. So I was struggling with Bluetooth. But it's working now. And it's early in the morning.
Good evening, all. Yeah, we're going to discuss Pep's tactics, the media and the rivals talked about, the style, plus the Burnley preview. So smash those likes, road to 8K. As you can see on the bottom, I've now hopefully fixed the rolling bar issue so we can get that back into play. Been doing a lot of tinkering over the last 48 hours. A lot of tinkering. Breaking rank. Just careful on that, Connor, because it's not actually as advanced as what people are saying. So I'd aim more for the Everton game more than I'd say other games. Good evening, Mingy Wong. How the devil are you? Please hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. Thank you. Give it a big thumbs up on the way in. Big up Dash as well. Yes, everyone, smash those likes and subscribe. And like I said, the link to some add-ins is always there. Who's getting phone calls galore here? What's going on?
Not me.
I can hear someone's phone going in, out. I know it's Rich. I'm waiting for him to own up. I know it's Rich. Because Rich looked then like, you know that naughty kid who like knows he's guilty but doesn't want to say it in the class assembly.
That was me. That was me the whole way through school.
Big up, big up, Dash. DC, how the devil are you? Good evening. Hope we're not rushing shaking back. Yeah, just everyone check out Turf Morehouse TV. I was just on there with Dan. Great channel. Get over there. We're going to get Dan on Sunday for the post match, which will be good. Get some Burnley perspective as well. Ed is at the gym, so I have sent him the link. We'll see if he's going to join. City could enter the market for a sixth position to ease the workload off Rodri, according to Mike McGrath.
But he ignores the fact that our backup number 6 came through 7 minutes against Burnley, and all our troubles are over.
Rich, as I even said on BBC Manchester earlier, and even Emily said it, we were taking the piss.
Yeah,
that wasn't a Calvin Phillips loving. We were taking the piss, right? A little TikTok stream. Yeah, I am going to do another TikTok tomorrow at some point. We're going to try and get them on. No, just we're trying different little things at the minute, DC. That's all. Big up, Nick. Yeah, great seeing you last night. Always a pleasure. Never a chore, mate. Hope you are well. It was good. It was a professional performance, Shake, I would say. Wasn't exactly fireworks and flares, but it was a professional performance.
Good workout for the fans, though.
Pitch, weren't you?
Yeah, Calvin scores. We're on the pitch. Calvin scores. We're on.
he scores us all crap.
Yeah. I'd follow you everywhere. Woo.
That's why
we're losing subs, Martin.
I know we got loads of subs. We had hundreds of them.
Good evening, Foggy. How the devil are you, Mill Mucker? Jack Lee, good evening, mate. Hope so well with you. Kathy, how's the 2-year-old? Yeah, by the way, chat rate as well. Get that chat going and say hello to each other. Normal intro. Yeah, it was just stop moaning. We're trying new things. Jesus.
Appreciation.
Great app on TMTV. I'm a great app. TMTV. What? TMTV.
Morehouse, is it? TV, I think.
TMTV. What's that thing? I'm lost.
Turf Moor TV.
Turf Moor TV.
Morehouse,
I get you now, Faye. Thanks. That lost me then. Abbreviation lost me. Good evening, Foggy Meal Mucker. Good to see all the kids last night. Hopefully see more of them in the future. Well, Rich wants to talk about that tonight, and me and Rich are going to have a disagreement on that. Just
shocker.
Good evening, Dan Guardiola. Hope you are well. Plus, we're also going to have a little disagreement on John Stones' contract, Rich, because he doesn't deserve a new contract.
No,
I'm saying it now.
That is going to
no, Rich, not yet. Whoa. We'll play the Rich Rants bit in a bit. Promise you. Yeah, I hope Craig is all right. Not heard from him for a while. I hope he's okay. And if you are listening, Craig, part-time, I hope you're well, mate. And everything's going well after your health issues. Hope you are well. Where's Alan and Pat? Pat's on his way. Alan, I don't know. Hello, Ben. Hope everything's going well. Good evening, mate. Big up, Luke. Good to see you on the panel. Great panel of Portugal game football on Saturday. Good seeing Luke join the gang. We're not a gang. We're more like a rabble. Good evening, San Kyle. How the devil are you, mate? Hope you are well. Foggy's saying hello to us.
Foggy.
Wait.
Love in the background, thank you. We're trying. And big up Foggy with the Big 10 already in the building. Big up for Foggy with the Big 10. Thank you very much, mate. And also, Luke with the renewing of 15 months as well. Big up to you all. If you have had a membership off Foggy, do what this guy's doing.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Legend of Foggy strikes again. W Foggy. Evening all. Like, subscribe, recommend to all you fellow blues. Hashtag Mancunian Way. Thank you very much, Fee. Covered is back as well. He was in training this week. He was. Rich looks guilty.
He did.
Well, I'd always do.
Yeah.
I've got
big up. Would you
daughters,
guys start?
two
We
daughters and a wife. Also look guilty all the time.
We will get into the Burnley stuff soon. Don't worry, we will. Promise you. So I'll start that and come back to it some Jack Lee could be North Wales, Wrexham. Yeah, start me on that one. Big up, Luke. Glad to see you on the panel. PB, how are you doing? Tariq, hey, Rich, don't listen to whatever Alan says about me and my Stones contract opinion.
I don't listen to Alan, full stop, for my own sanity.
Good evening, Pat. Good morning.
I thought you were going to be Alan then, Pat. That would have been far better timing.
You only said it 2 times, not 3.
I love the fact that
well.
You look like some kind of angel there in white. Everyone's in black and like dark and sinister.
Wearing red.
And
no,
this is there's you. There's you Pat in white.
Melbourne City kit. Yeah, I like it.
This is the Melbourne City away kit.
That's good, actually.
That was ever so generous, brought over from Australia farmers. So thank you very much, Pat.
No worries.
Pat looking smart. Oh, DC, stop 2-timing. You've had Pat. Don't be going back to Pat now, DC. No, that's Chip saying. Are you eating burnt toast?
It's Vegemite.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Anyway, today I had it.
It's like Marmite, but better.
Today I'm not even going to read that, Brendan. I hope you're all right. I hope that it's not as bad as. I shouldn't be laughing because I don't know why he's had that done, but I hope you're okay, Brendan. I really
Brendan.
I hope Star Trek wasn't on the.
I just don't want to read that out on the public forum, mate. Because
No, I just hope Star Wars wasn't playing on the TV in the foyer because otherwise you'd hear the words go where no man has gone before.
And then Foggy
Star Trek, Pat.
27
Star
months.
Trek, yeah.
Well, so big up to you, Foggy. Right, gentlemen. We're going to get into it. We might as well.
I thought you were going to say, speaking about cameras going to places where no one's ever been, on to Burnley. No. I'm looking guilty.
Let's just do it.
These
Who gave
One of
you
those mornings,
control?
Pat.
You did.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't you? You know, everyone's getting control of the channel here. Do you want me bank details as well?
I've got them.
I bet you probably have actually.
Should just make.
Look at
Should just make your mum.
Don't you be giving me that, you. You've shown your true colours now. Don't you be flip-flopping. Martin, I'm sat in the family stand for Burnley. Yes, I'm at the game, mate. So you see me, come and say hello, mate. Love to meet you. Indriel, how the devil are you, mate? Hope you are well. Madrid derby on Saturday.
Yep.
We'll be there.
There's not a lot I can say to that. I am Guardiola. Considering I'm not thank
No.
you.
Alvarez hat-trick against Madrid, please.
Why the black and white photograph? We need some blue. Thanks to Pat for the only blue on the panel. We're just changing things up, mate. Changing things up.
It's not just having the blue. It's the blue itself.
Yeah. This is very, 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 very dark blue. Because only priests are allowed to wear true
It's not
black.
better.
Treble, so
Not better.
good there, blue.
You go with that then. You're not allowed that. Spent a lot of time doing these backgrounds. Men in work sang about a Vegemite sandwich. Ozzy increases his shares in the
That's the thing
Manchester
about now, it's all
United.
gone.
Shares. I didn't know we were on the stock market. Yes, shares should we forget Cherry 10 and finally settle on a folding 10. Well, let's get into it. It's just a photograph, mate. Let's get into it. Last week, as you know, Pep Guardiola goes to Arsenal and plays a bit of a different system. We go one up, played a little bit against United, and again, and then about what, 65th minute, would we say? We go ultra defensive, which was probably needed at the time. A lot of people have asked for Pep to change and show a new style and a plan B and a plan C. And the media and some of the rivals and some of our own fan base have vilified Pep Guardiola for suddenly being the most negative manager in world football, and what are Manchester City doing, and why aren't we playing the pretty little football? And then we got another style last night where we played Huddersfield against Flat Black 10, and we played sideways, back, sideways, a little bit forward, then we went back again. So, Ozzy, I'm going to start with you, mate. We've named it different keys for different locks. Is this just what it is? Are people got to get used to this? Because I don't understand, like Pep said, plays ultra defensive for the first time in 10 years and suddenly becomes Mikel Arteta.
Yeah. I mean, if we go to the Arsenal game, I mean, for me, it was basically that, you know, we scored the first goal. Erlinger got that great goal on the attack. And it was down to Arsenal then to bring it on, basically. If we're being honest, it was down to Arsenal to step up their game and score a goal. And basically, they had very little shots on target. You know, for the first half, they had only one shot on target. And the second half, they only had, I think it was 2 or 3. So, really and truly, it was on Arsenal to turn up. And they produced very little. They've been heavily criticised by their own fan base for not starting the right 11. I mean, in all fairness, there are very few injuries compared to some of our key stars that are out currently. And yeah, just, you know, they've apparently now got the best team in the league, where that's the first 11 are on the bench. You know, we keep hearing Arteta's now got the squad and the striker that he's been craving for how many summers now. So they should be winning the league, shouldn't they? But after that performance, I'm seeing very little evidence of Arsenal are ready to win the league. You know, you only have to kind of look at the mentality of them scoring that late equalising goal. And unlike when last season Stones got the equalising goal, you know, we got the ball, headed back to the halfway line and got on with the game. You know, they had 5 minutes to try and do something about winning the game, and they were too busy celebrating in the corner. So I think when it comes to mentality, I'm actually really happy with where we are at currently, because over the last week, we have probably seen this team come together. You know, they've really shown and stepped up this week, which was one of the things we asked them to do, was step up the performance. And I think, you know, the likes of Haaland, Foden, Reinders, and Doku have formed a great partnership. And I want to see more of that. I honestly think that we have got one of the best spines in the Premier League. You have to look at Donnarumma, has been absolutely solid at the back.
Yep.
Got Rodri back, which, you know, he's really starting to find his form now. I just think he needs to find his fitness, getting through this injury. I think Foden has shown that he is, you know, so far he's looking like the player from a couple of seasons ago. And we've got the best striker in the league. I mean, for me, that is a team that are, if not on paper, if on the pitch, then just absolutely amazing. And I think could prove some doubters wrong. I mean, we were hearing leading up into this game was, well, City's back four, you know, are a bit shaky. They're, you know, that you can get at this back four. And I just think we have one of the best defensive displays that we've seen from a City team. And like you said, Mark, you know, we've asked Pep to do that sometimes. We've asked him to be a little bit more defensive. And as soon as he does it, he gets criticised.
Well, the criticism even come from some in his own fan base. And I understand, listen, I get everyone's opinions, everyone's entitled to it. 100% I agree with that. You know, I'm not saying you don't. But like I said, Luke, come to you before I come to Rich, because I know Rich will go on a 40-minute tangent on this. So I'm going to let other people just get their say before Rich. By the way, you know, go and get a cup of tea and all that now, because Rich will literally settle in for the night, and here we go. Look, he's even got his cup of tea and everything. Is that hot, Vince?
Yeah, get comfortable.
No, that's it.
Yeah, comfortable,
cup of tea.
feet up, you know.
Cup of tea.
Look, I mean, even a lot of our fan base, and I'll say some, was Pep doesn't change it. Why, you know, let's go back to last season. We went to Arsenal, we opened up, and we got slapped 5-1.
Yeah.
We've been going to Anfield for 6-7 years now, playing nice little pretty football and getting beat. And everyone says, why don't we, you know, just change things up slightly? And even in the media, Pep's only got one way of playing. Tim Howard, to me, you know, I want, you know, that great American farmer rag. It's not about him in America. I'm just saying he's an American footballer. Said Pep has ruined football, was what his headline was in his podcast. I mean, is it just vilified Pep? Because that's how I feel now. Is how nothing Pep does. Pep's damned if he does, and Pep's damned if he doesn't.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like, even our own fans, the way they reacted after the 1-1, like, yeah, I get it. Like, conceding a late equaliser. No one likes conceding a late equaliser to anyone, let alone Arsenal as well. But we played really well that game. Like, considering we played Napoli United in the previous 6 days before that game, 2 tough games themselves in being a big game, and then had to go Arsenal with barely any rest compared to Arsenal's players who had like 2 days rest for us. To almost get a 1-0 win, a clean sheet again, 3 games in a row at the Emirates, where we got battered 5-1 last season, like you said, playing a way that we're not used to playing. I don't care how you play. Like, at the end of the day, if you want to win football matches, you have to find a way to win them, be it playing tiki-taka play or playing a more conservative defensive style of football. And I think people need to realise that a manager, just like Pep, will play that way if he needs to. I mean, this whole idea that he's ruined football, I mean, we all know if managing Liverpool or United will be that at all. It's because it's City, no one likes City. but that's always been the case anyway. So for me, I just find the overreaction to it all baffling. I think the fact that he played that way on Sunday is actually quite good. It shows that defensively we are getting there. Was it perfect? No, but I just feel like we're playing a new way, new team, new squad. It's going to take time for us to get there anywhere, and of course there'll be bumps in the road. But I think as a fan base, we've got to just relax and just take it as it comes. The season, like if we win a cup this year, great. If we win a league this year, great. But it's all about seeing where this team progresses and also how the manager progresses, especially in your coaching staff. I think everyone just needs to relax a little bit and just focus on one game at a time and just enjoy what we're seeing and enjoy the football that we're developing into. I think it's a lot of overreaction and a vitriol over just a very simple and I think a very good performance on Sunday.
Well, even Sherwin says, thank you for this. We're going to bring this up. Apparently, Arteta's phone's been buzzing all week with CEOs and managers asking him how what a great job he did against Manchester City.
Oh, shit. Here we are.
Pat,
That's a man who's his ego stroking.
Because he's not getting out
Well,
the streets.
Well, my concerns are more directed at if the other team can't get the job done, then they go ahead and attack City, basically. Now, I think at the end of the day, it's kind of smart from Pep in the way that he sort of mastered those last 35 minutes of the game against Arsenal, because I think instead of not necessarily looking at, what you can do about maximizing your gameplay or anything like that, I think he played to his strengths based on match fitness. And I think at the moment, possibly the defenders are probably the ones who are more match fit than anybody else in terms of midfield or attack. So I suppose if you're going to play to your strengths, then you might as well just go ahead and do that. But my concerns are more directed at, and I said this on Daps's show a few hours ago, that my concerns are more directed on if you're concerned about Pep parking a bus for a considerable length of one half against a very good side against Arsenal, why aren't you critiquing them? If they're that good, why weren't they able to break us down and get the victory? I think the problem I have is that I think Mikel Arteta as a manager has taken this Arsenal squad as far as he can go. Only exception would be as if he finds some sort of magic formula in terms of these new signings and he absolutely just runs away with the league this season. But there's too many things that I've seen this season so far that would suggest he's just doing the same old thing from what he's done the last 2 or 3 seasons. And also, too, the other problem I have is that he's so concerned, and their fan base is so concerned about their results against top 6 that you said this before. I know you've said this before, Martin, on Never a Foul and a few other places, that he's a manager that's so concerned about winning little battles that he completely forgets about the war. And all he worries about is his form against top 6 without forgetting that, hang on a sec, you win the league by the results you get against the remaining 13 teams in the league. And that's what we've done for so many years, because our record against the other 13 teams is damn near impeccable. And it doesn't matter. A lot of seasons we win the league, we don't even have good results against top 6, but we get the job done against all the other teams because that's what you need to do. And I don't know. I think there's also a combination of, well, if Arsenal did it to us last season, why couldn't they do it to us this season? And of course things change, but I don't know. I think I agree with you in a way. I think he's damned if he does, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But at the end of the day, like, I think for now, I feel like the more and more we look at it, it's more of a point gain than it is 2 points lost. I think 2 points lost more in terms of when we consider the goal. But I easily look at this fixture, maybe in 6 months' time, we could look at it and go, yeah, I remember that fixture. Now it looks more like a point gain. So I'm not too concerned about it. And I'm still riding the high of, given all the doubt and uncertainty that we had leading into those 3 matches, to walk away with what we had out of those 3 fixtures, I can't really complain too much anyway.
No. I have just brought this up because it has brought something in the last 5 minutes. City are closing an agreement of a new long-term deal for Sabinho.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
We will come back to that later on, so I don't want to just drop. We will talk about that as we're going along. There's new deals going on for everyone. Foden's done. I thought O'Reilly's had been done, but that is nearly done. Rodri's is advanced. Gabardio's getting a new one, and Sabinho was always getting a new one. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's going to cause another meltdown 3.0 in for a few people.
Talking of meltdowns,
Here we go.
Rich.
Right, Rich, tactics.
What?
If you haven't got comfortable
I'm
by
not drinking anything here.
if you haven't got comfortable by now, that's on you.
Aussie.
Yeah, I think to
Right,
be fair, I
Ozzy,
think,
I've got to go make a phone call. As you know, this was prearranged. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave and I'll swap Rich out for me. I'll be back in 5.
he'll swap Rich out for me. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh,
Here we go.
there you go, Rich.
No, I mean,
Away you go, mate.
There's nothing to rant about here. I think it's
all on
just,
you.
The floor is yours.
No, I just think it's a media, load of hype, a media beat up. I mean, Pep has always tried to change his tactics a bit, and he's done it a fair bit the last 2 weeks, but he had no choice. We got back. We played Napoli, Thursday night. We had Friday to wind down from the match. We had, Saturday to travel down to London, and then we're playing Arsenal. Arsenal played Tuesday night. They had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at their training centre to plan for the game. And we had little choice but to play as simple a game as possible and one that preserved the players' legs. So we did exactly what we should do. In any press jumping about that is just going for clickbait, to be honest. So I think it's totally over the top reaction when people have reacted to it, but to absolute non-story. I think our tactics are different now, and I think they will keep changing until January, February, before Pep will have the team back fit, playing the way he wants to, with the squad that he wants, and we will see. I suspect we are going to see a new kind of football this season, which is somewhere between the control of the past and a much faster on the break kind of football. But I think it's far from evolved now, and there's going to be exciting between now and February to see how we change, and when we get a fully fit squad back, how we use the players, who plays where, and how the team evolves. So you can put me back into small me. Yeah. So, I mean, just clickbait. Just clickbait this whole story. It's a non-story.
Fair enough. Do we?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask this question because I think we've all been quite positive, and I think most people in the chat have been quite positive as well. But are there any negatives to take away from our own point from City, how they played? Are there any things that we can kind of go? I mean, for me, I'm just going to make an example of was John Stones coming on a bit of a mistake just at that last minute. Could Pep have just, I don't know, gambled a little bit, because it just felt that adding another defender on took something away a little bit, and it just felt like, was he overanalyzing? Because we know he does, we know it happens. And could that have been the fault to the goal? No, I don't think it was. I honestly think the fault was Ake's, really. I think he really messed up. A lot of hate went on Guardiola for it, but in my opinion, I think it wasn't Ake.
I think it was, but I think you're talking about 93 minutes into a game, and to not make a single mistake is almost impossible. And it was a brilliant finish. Had our exceptional keeper Donna stayed on his line like he often does, it wouldn't have been a goal. Had the step up been slightly different, it wouldn't have been a goal. It was just it's what happens. I mean, we get goals like that a lot ourselves when we just keep putting pressure on, and defenders who've had fantastic games make one slight mistake, and if we're clinical, it's game over. The reason I think if we'd have had Cherky and Marmouche and all those players on the bench, we might have done something different. But I think that ultimately Pep didn't want to go and put a 17, 18-year-old kid. It was, was probably the remaining attacking option on the pitch in that circumstance. So I think made the change, which is bringing an experienced body on to deal with the circumstance. And given Arsenal's propensity to they are a bit of a modern day Harry Bassett side in that they love a corner or a free kick or a set piece goal. And I think if you're going to defend set pieces, Stone's one of our best players at that. So to me that made sense, because I thought at the time their most likely way they're going to score is going to be a set piece.
Yeah.
Also, you have to head off just because Pat has to head off in a second. He's going to come back though. Is there anything you want to say, Pat?
Not necessarily. I mean, just what's been said over the last few days remains true. I think disappointing in the way in which we conceded that goal, of course, and I don't know. I think you've got to kind of look at the origins of those problems, and maybe in a way too, we should have put a bit of blame on Reinders and played the gap ball into the corner a bit, because if we already shithoused them defensively for 30 minutes in that game, why not do the shithouse that we're known for, and that's play the ball in the corner and frustrate the defense of the other team and things like that. But it's water under a bridge now. I'm kind of over it now. Yeah, it would have been lovely to walk away with 3 points at the Emirates, but I'll take a point given the manner in which we'd started this season. So it's not too bad.
What I'll say myself is I think there's one thing I think we've got to work on. I think is definitely the game management. I think looking back at the end of the game, I think Reinders running through the midfield at that point, I think what he probably should have done in hindsight was go to the corner flag and waste a bit of time. And
yeah,
I think
did make that comment, didn't they?
Something that we used to do quite a lot, as we all remember, when we were in title races. Whenever we were
masters at it,
yeah, go to the corner flag, shit house it, get 2-0 win, 1-0 win. I think, and this is not me having to go at the team. I think it's something that we've got to sort of get back to doing at some point, especially in the big games if we need to grind out a result. If in doubt, go to the corner flag. If you've only got like one forward up front and you can't risk it against a back line that's obviously pressing you, go to the corner flag, waste a bit of time, irritate the home fans, and just try and cause a bit of aggro. I feel like if we had done that, I think it might have been a 1-0 result. Again, obviously it is a great goal from them anyway, but I think there's little things that we've got to work on. I think, and we'll get there. I think with everyone getting back fully fit as well, having the bench a bit more experience as well to sort of bring off like Shirky and Mamouche, and it depends obviously who we play obviously in the games sort of when everyone's back fit. I think it's just getting back to that level again. I think people need to realise that to go from where we were a couple of years ago to where we are now, we've got to rebuild confidence again in the mentality. The mentality is getting back there again. So there's a confidence. I think we can start seeing it a bit more now for each game. But a lot of like the old stuff we were doing, I think we need a bit of practice and a bit of time. But I think that will come in experience of obviously a bigger games. I'm sure against Liverpool and that in November and that. So it'll get there. But I think it's a bit of experience on Reinder's part to not go and do that. But it is what it is.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's all fair, mate. That definitely is all fair. Pat, is right, just because I'm conscious that you need to kind of go, mate, soon. Is there anything else you kind of want to say or your head? You're on mute, mate.
Marcel.
Yeah, I'll rejoin the car in about 10 minutes. So, yep, I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Okay, so is there anything, Rich, you want to kind of add to the Arsenal game that we haven't kind of covered?
Yeah, no, I think an absolute cracking result, and I think not enough has been made that we basically played Napoli, did recovery, travelled down to London, played Arsenal, whereas they had 4 days at Cobham, wherever it is they train, working specifically on that game. And actually, for me, the fact that Arteta has had 96 hours to really prepare for that game in detail, and we've basically done our warm down stretches, got on a train and played the game. It should be Arsenal where all the questions are getting asking why they weren't a bit braver, why they didn't do something else, why they didn't start with a really attacking midfield, why they didn't turn the screw a bit more against an obviously very fatigued City. I mean, I think you could see after an hour just how fatigued they were. So I think it's in the terms of this clickbait media, they've picked the wrong story. I think they had a story that would have got far more clicks if they'd have actually focused on Arsenal, on what is now 2 years of making the same mistake time and time again, when, you know, arguably for 3 seasons, Arsenal should have been favourites for the league the last 3 years. And, you know, on their squad, on everything else, when City collapsed last year, Arsenal should have been poised to win the league comfortably. The season before, they should have come to the Etihad, tried to win, and they should have won the league. And this season, they should have beaten Liverpool and City, and they bottled it. So for me, there's a huge story there. And that is where the press should be looking. The fact that Pep's shown some real nous in very, very tricky circumstances, there's just nothing negative about it. It's you know, and Pep's going to continue to, you know, I think till February to evolve the team, and we're going to continue to see that. But the question is, can Arteta make a change, or are we going to see Arteta, you know, play out another draw at the Etihad, play out a draw against Liverpool at home, and Arsenal lose the league by a couple of points because they were too scared to go for it?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, you know, looking at kind of what happened at the weekend, I just don't see the mentality. You know, as the manager, he should be leading. He should be leading this Arsenal team to a title win, or any. Doesn't have to just be the Premier League. You know, he hasn't won a cup since the FA Cup. What, 5 seasons ago? It's just like, as I said earlier on when I spoke, you know, about the mentality of when they got that equalising goal, that they were too busy over celebrating, and the camera went to Arteta, and he was in argulation, like he wasn't telling the players, get back to the line, we've got 5 minutes left to win this game. There was none of that. You know, he was. And what made me laugh is, you know, you're talking about Arsenal fans, but I saw a clip of Turkish from AFTV. And he was on the Big Six, and his reaction as soon as the goal was in was like, "What are you guys doing? Get the ball and get it." Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is what a mentality is. Any sensible person.
We were the ones pushing.
Exactly, and that's the problem, Martin, with this Arsenal team is Arteta is not instilling these players. We're going to win. We've got to win. We've got to seize the initiative and get that ball and absolutely press City. They didn't do that.
No,
and that's why I don't think they're going to get anywhere near a title under Arteta until that changes.
This domination thing, by the way, as well, right? This domination thing, right? What domination? Like, they had a few chances, but what? Apart from the Madueke one, is it one from a corner or something like that, from like Donovan to clear? What did they actually do apart from that?
We actually probably had maybe the 3 best chances of the game, including their goal. Yeah, we had
one shot on target in the first half. The second half, they had 2.
Domination.
But that's my point now. But it's like last night. People were moaning at last night because we didn't win 5-0.
Yeah, I was there, by the way. I heard everything.
It's like, you see what I mean? It's like, it is different keys with different locks. I get people want us to slap somebody. I get it. I get it. But, like, for me, a win's a win, isn't it?
Clean sheet.
Can we also remember?
Win, clean sheet, no injuries. Yeah.
We have to play the opposition. They're not going to roll over just because Manchester City come into town. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just going to go, all right, guys, there's the goal. We're not going to defend. You just score as many as you like. It's fine.
Everyone rolls over for us. We're going to win 9-0 every week. You know this.
That happened.
Yeah. I mean, don't get on. There's been a lot of talk about that whole, you know, no one fears City anymore. Well, I guarantee you, after the last few results before we played Arsenal, that was in Arteta's head thinking, hang on a minute.
I guarantee you the
3-0 against United. They were played really well against Napoli.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, actually. You know, I think
the only person who found Only person who phoned Arteta was Arnie Slot saying, "Thank you, mate.
We will
Very
come
kind
on
of you. Very kind of you to try and give us the league. Very kind of you to try and give us the
Good
league."
evening, Alan. Alan's off camera because he's in bed. So Alan's a bit under the weather, so we're going to allow him to come on but off camera. Just before we do say hello to Alan.
Is that a dodgy Donna, Alan?
Big up Outdoor Bench for the £5, mate. Your continued support means a lot. SO to the gang. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Mark Harris has renewed his membership for the 19 months, sir. Thank you very much. Your kind and very always supportive contributions. Cornelius Day for the 15th as well. Big up, mate. You guys are legends, every single one of you. And the former Ballon d'Or, the best CDM in the world, says, thank you.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
And this is where I am at, Sam. Right now, I want to focus on putting a confident winning run together than slapping teams up. Yeah. I'll take 8 1-0 wins right now to get that winning mentality back.
Yeah.
You know, you just get it done. This season, yeah. I think people are expecting A to Z very quickly.
Yeah.
And you don't go from last season to suddenly going right back to where we were 3 years. That it's going to take time to build that. And I understand, you know, you pay your money, you're allowed your opinion. I get it. This isn't even being happy clappy for me. This is just us having a different opinion. That's all. Alan, how the devil are you?
I'm in bed. I didn't sleep well last night. It's a bank holiday today here.
Is that a dodgy kebab? Yeah.
No, I've not. No. Did
Dave keep you up all night?
I've no idea, mate. I have no idea. I've just slept really badly. Right. I was awake at 2:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock because it was you.
What? Not because of me. I wasn't the reason you were up at 4 a.m.
No, not because of you. I thought it was you. Awake all night.
Oh, you thought you were me, right? Yeah. You're not that lucky, mate.
Yeah. So
we will come. I promise you, we are going to come to this. We're trying to go one topic at a time, so we stay on topic. That's all. Alan, question: are you bothered about all these changing tactics or the way we play, or?
I want us to play possession-based football, but we haven't got the players to do that. We didn't have last week.
Where were they, Alan?
Well, Arsenal have got better players than us at the moment. Better.
Have they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes you say that, Alan?
They're a better team.
Are they?
Yeah.
They barely won the game, mate.
Well, that's why they're opposed in the league.
So they're going to win the league, are they?
And I said that. Liverpool and Arsenal are miles in front of us at the moment.
Miles.
Miles.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool aren't exactly playing well at the moment, so.
Listen, that's why we have to play on the counter attack last week and defend with 4 defenders and just kick the ball anywhere, which we were doing. Yeah. We defend well, you know, we stopped them, but we didn't, apart from the odd occasion, especially second half, we had no outlet at all. It was all them. Listen, it was a great result, and I'm very happy with the result.
You don't sound it.
Well, listen,
Alan doesn't need to take medication. He just yells at the mirror, "You're shit," for an hour, and he's fixed.
I'm exactly where back in the confidence. We have 5 winnable games in the league, so that's where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm where Pat is. That's what you need to do. Just, Alan, shout yourself for an hour in the mirror.
Yeah.
It sounds like Alan's gone and followed Blue Heart's advice there. But anyway.
Alan, you don't seem very happy.
Hey, Richard, I was on the other day, and it was Tariq was on, and he was saying that Stones needs to go, not sign an extension, and he was going on about why Stones shouldn't sign. Oh, I wish to God you were on. Oh my God, you'd have had a massive rant.
Stones is going to have to take a year off to model for his 60-foot statue that they're going to put on top of the new stand. It's going to be the second tallest building in Manchester.
So I'm going to keep this train moving. Let's go on to Bournemouth. Bournemouth? No, let's not.
Bournemouth. Okay.
Bournemouth.
You can if you want mine.
We're not talking Bournemouth, Jesus. Right,
I think the best up and coming coach in the league, Bournemouth.
Jose, I need you to send me your prediction, by the way, please.
All right.
So I can update because Rich is bragging because he's top of the prediction leagues.
How is Rich at the top?
Because he's actually had 2 spot-on results so far this season.
Can't be having that. Who's at the bottom then, Martin?
Alan.
Alan, so there you go, Alan. Your shit.
What's your prediction for Burnley?
Mate.
What was yours?
I've said mine.
Have you?
Yes.
Just think I can get Alan to finally pay me.
Right, Jose, give us
share
your
his
thoughts
head.
on the Burnley, mate, because obviously they're not. Oh, yeah, 2-0 win, you said, didn't you? It's Ozzy and Pat I need. Right. Right, Ozzy, give us your thoughts on Burnley. They are. I was having a chat with Dan over on Morehouse TV. Go over there, give it a watch, subscribe. And he's very much expecting what many are, that Burnley will come, play a low block 10, and it'll be up for City to break it down.
Have you got your Melbourne City set kit on?
Yes. Carry on, Ozzy.
See, he wants to compliment it, but he just doesn't know how to.
Very true, Pat. Very true. Oh, dear. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that's probably how Burnley have played. They're struggling to. They haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 5 matches. They've only scored I think 6 goals. Yeah, I mean, I think this is Burnley. For me, Burnley are probably going to be one of the teams. I think we talked about them in the relegation kind of at the beginning of the season when we did our predictions. Thing that it felt like they hadn't particularly done enough for the transfer window. That their manager has never been able to keep anybody in the Premier League when he's come up with the Championship. I don't think he's a bad manager. I just don't rate Scott Parker, if I'm honest. I think he's a perfectly good Championship manager, but when it comes to Premier League, I don't think he's like I said, kept anybody up. So it feels that this could be, I think, what we kind of alluded to earlier about City needing to smash somebody, and we normally will do that once we've got a few good games. This is where we could have a bit of a run now, where Burnley are going to be that team where we smash them 5-0, and then we go on to have a really good run for until the next international break. That's where I really see this game kind of going at the moment.
Okay. Well, there's a few people asking. Keep your lineups coming in. I will star them. Samir asked earlier on, would anyone play Rodri?
I think this is a game where you could possibly rest Rodri. I think there has been a lot of talk about, Rodri has played the last 3 games, and I think, at the end of the game at the weekend, he looked like he needed a rest. We're not even sure about Haaland, are we yet? Currently, I mean, I know he went off with a bit of a back.
He was training today.
Yeah, but is it that he also needs a rest? I would imagine that we'd probably see a very similar lineup to the last 3 games we've had, because I think this team is now looking like the team that Pep actually thinks is his current team that he's happy with. Obviously, the injuries aside, you can see some of those players possibly coming back, but right now, it seems the team that have played the last 3 games are the team that he's happy and he feels that they can do the job. So I would expect possibly just the one change when it comes to Rodri. Whether it's he plays the first half and then if it looks like it's 2-3-0 up, brings them up for half time, fine, or whether he just completely just hooks him for this game.
Would anyone else rest Rodri for the weekend?
Yeah, I'd rest.
I'm of the thought that if we rest Rodri, I don't think it matters. I still think he's only a 60, 70-minute player at the moment. So whether you play him now or play him midweek, I think you're still only going to get 60, 70 minutes out of him anyway.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts, though. Calvin Phillips right back.
So I'm like...
I'd rest him. I'd rest him completely and play Nico.
Yeah. It's probably, and then Monaco, back in the game, is Monaco on, is it Wednesday or Tuesday? Or what day it is?
Yeah.
I actually think Nico's
I give my cop-out
answer.
Yeah, I give my cop-out answer. I think they talk to the player, talk to the doctors, and what's best for his recovery, because it's quite possible they might say after a week it's actually better for him to play and just keep building his fitness, and they may feel that's the best thing, or they may feel rest him. So I think we just need to talk to the right people and make the right decision. I think it's a medical decision. I think player, physio, doctors, not for the fans. I think it might well be the best thing for him to play and keep getting that fitness. But we'll see.
What do you mean? I think 1-0 for a look. Are you scared of Burnley or something?
1-0 Kyle Walker. I think that's the prediction there.
That would be a nightmare for the fan base on Twitter.
I don't. See, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I wouldn't rest Rodri. I'm with Pat. I'd play him 60 minutes and bring him off. Because at what point do you not? When do you start playing Rodri?
Good point.
Well, we already have. I think it's about how.
That's what I'm saying. Rich. We're going to do this for 5 years now. We're just going to keep being scared of getting injured.
No, I think it's. I think their decision will be how do we get Rodri back to 100% match fitness, and get him stronger, and it's just as likely the doctors will say he should play. That'll be a positive for him getting back there than the rest of the
fit sitting on a bench.
No, but also, Martin, after you've had that kind of injury, you can re-injure quite easily in the first 6 months of. So I do think they have got to be precautionary.
Everyone else plays after these.
Martin, he's not a fucking machine. You've got to rest him every now and again.
Right, well, Alan, Virgil van Dijk was a machine because he played every single game.
No, listen. You can rest him against Burnley, play him on the fucking Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever the game is.
And then what? And then you go to the weekend and rest him again because he can't play 2 in a week?
No, I'm not saying that. You need to rest him
every 3 days.
Oh, Martin, come on.
My money's on he'll play. My money is on that.
Alan, he's one of the best players in the world. Why are we scared? We didn't do this with any other player.
We did.
If he plays 60 minutes for 60 minutes for 3 fixtures, you've just saved the full 90 minutes out of his legs.
Yeah, I did see the panic. My issue is not playing 90 minutes. I'm saying playing 60.
Yeah. Because 60 minutes of Rodri is better than 90 minutes of Nico G. With all due respect to Nico.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
Alan doesn't want Nico. Alan wants
because he played well against the League One team.
Yeah.
There we go, jump.
I thought Calvin Phillips did enough in his 7 minutes to.
Yes.
There's a gaping big hole at right back, and that's going to be filled by Yorkshire Pirlo.
Yeah.
So what's Nico
Yorkshire
done wrong then
Maldini.
since he's started this season?
I don't think it's a very good number 6, Jose. I think it's a very good number
He's an 8. He's an 8, I think, not 6.
But he hasn't. Are we saying that he can't do the job? Have we not seen him do the job? Because actually, I think
exactly what I'm saying. Every time he's played the number 6, he's played poorly.
I don't agree with that at all. I think
Go
that's
back and watch
really harsh.
Go back and watch the derby. The
I don't know,
first
I
thing he
think-
did was lose the ball. The Everton game, first thing he did was lose the ball. The Al Ain game, lost the ball. Why?
The closest thing I can be positive about
Alan?
Aussie. The closest thing.
I told you.
That's Alan.
I told you he was doing his OnlyFans channel. That was Alan and Trump doing special scene.
Sadly, I'd
I
like
thought
to
it was
say
just
that's
cooking
the first time we've ever heard Alan goes to the toilet, but
Yeah.
it's actually not.
I thought he was cooking eggs. I thought he was doing his cooking channel only scrans.
No, because here's the thing with Rodri. Rodri's
Alan,
not
that was
playing.
golden. That was.
See, are you looking at appearances with Rodri? Are you looking at minutes?
It's minutes.
What's the
It's always going to be
concern?
minutes.
Minutes, or is it playing? Because I think people are getting confused between playing and minutes of playing.
Should always be minutes.
Because he's not.
Should always be minutes. Appearances don't tell you anything. Appearances
this
don't
is
tell
what
you
I mean.
anything. It's the minutes.
This is where I think people are getting a little bit confused. This is just my opinion on this. Because if you actually look at his stats this season of his minutes, he didn't play against Wolves, played 15 minutes against Tottenham, granted 90 minutes. He's only out the first 5 games, he's only played 2 90 minutes. So when do we get him? So I think we are managing him. I just think we're managing him in a different. I think there's a difference between managing minutes and managing appearances. I think people are managing his appearances, not his minutes.
Yeah, Martin. I think perfect. In a perfect world, his man management would be when they're a little bit concerned about the minutes he's like the total amount of game time he's playing would be 4-0 up with 70 minutes in, take him off because it's perfect man management and you're getting the job done. You're not burning the candle at both ends. Now that's in a perfect world, of course. But until then, there's going to be a lot more matches, I think, now that are going to be grudge matches or going to be a lot closer.
Not worth the risk. So what's the training coming on, Ian Guardiola, and playing 20 minutes at the end of Burnley and getting injured out and getting injured in training? The thing is, if your body's that bad, if we're saying his body's that bad that he's going to get a reoccurrence of his ACL, he's going to get it in training or getting it in a game. Your body's your body.
I don't think it's the ACL they're worried about. I think it's general muscular.
People are scared
injury.
of losing Rodri to injury.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be worried about. His ACL was deemed fit to play in April. So that's 6 months ago that they signed off the ACL injury. But I think, general muscular injuries when you come back is what's people's worried
So is
about.
everyone resting Haaland for Saturday then? Because he's got.
But I think getting to full
Yes. Start Divine Mikasa
from injury.
Well, this is what I'm saying. How come it's don't play Rodri but play Haaland and he is actually injured at the minute?
Good point. Yeah.
He should be playing Divine Mikasa. He was good enough.
I'm
We
just
used to
getting
play Haaland
tumbleweed.
injured.
I'm getting tumbleweed off everyone.
Mikasa false nine.
Yeah. Half the panel
Haaland in the bin.
Rodri should play.
No, but don't hang on, Seller. That's my point. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I said he's a good. I don't rate him as a 6. I rate him as an 8.
Yeah. I think if Rodri is fit, right, and he can play, then play him. I think at the end of the day, right, we can't be, as I said, we can't be Brenton forever. If he can't handle playing, games like consistently, then obviously, there's obviously an issue there. But I think at some point we've got to do it. I get doing it to start, obviously come back from that kind of injury. But if he is fully fit and he is able to do it, then why can't we do it? So, yeah.
I think also, the way I look at this is
That's
that
my point.
I don't have the agenda like Martin does about Nico G.
It's not an agenda.
Oh, wow, that's the way it
You
seems
are.
to me.
You are.
No, what I did, Alan, what I said was he's an 8, a very good 8.
Mate, listen, you've
Right,
got a
so
gender against
let's just put this. I'm going to put this out
You've
there.
got a gender against
No, I
dropping,
don't. I just don't know why everyone's got an hard on over a player that hasn't shown it, and everyone's talking like he's Ballon d'Or-esque.
Who's doing that, Martin?
I'll be honest. I'll give me honest. This is just my opinion. I think people are bigging Nico G up far too much.
God's sake, Martin, come on.
Making him a player don't
Name names.
I think you have. Alan certainly has.
No, if I see someone play shit
Ed. I think Ed. You want me to
listen.
name names? I'm naming them. Ed in the chat bigs him up way too much, and we've had this. But it's their opinion. I'm not saying.
Martin,
just an opinion.
Martin, if I see someone play shit, I'll say they're shit. I.e., Rico Lewis.
So tell me.
No, you just see someone play in general and you say they're shit.
Tell me.
You just see someone play in general and you say they're shit.
Right. Tell me a game Nico Gonzalez.
Listen, I was enjoying being sat on the throne having a shit until I heard Martin's fucking garbage come out of your mouth.
Okay then, Alan. Because let's
Yeah, mate, if it ain't coming out your mouth, if it ain't coming out your mouth, it's coming out your ass.
Let me now test your football knowledge, Alan, because you're scared of your own shadow. Tell me when Nico G's had a good game in the 6. And don't say last night because he didn't play 6.
Tumbleweed game, boys.
Okay, carry on. Anyone else tell me when Nico G's had a good game in the 6? Because we just proved Alan's talking absolute bollocks. But that was a year. That was 6 months ago.
Did he play? Wait, Martin, did he play? I agree with you. I think he played sort of a 6 role at Fulham at the last game of the season. But what I'm getting to is, I think he can do an okay job at the 6, but that depends on who's around him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest thing I can get to saying that he can do a job. But then again, shouldn't that apply to everybody who plays the 6 in our team? Because only Rodri is the one who knows how to do it on his own. So anybody who's asked to do sort of the Rodri role, unless they bring something into their game that we've never seen before, then it's more reliant on who's playing around it, whether it's Bernardo playing a recovery role or even a Kovacic double pivot or something along those lines.
Right, well, these are the times he's played 6 this season. Wolves 4-0 away, and he had Bernardo with him. Yeah? Would we all agree with that?
Yeah.
Tottenham at home, 75 minutes. He was that good. Pep swapped him over and put Tijani Reinders as the number 6. Okay. Brighton away was on the bench. United in the 3-0 win, he came on in the 14th minute. And as a DM, the first thing he did was nearly get sent off and gave United a one-on-one chance. See, I've got evidence. I'm not sat there. I'm not saying he's not a great player. He's a great number 8. A very, very good number 8.
Is that what?
6. That's all I'm saying.
Is that one of those truths?
That's just my opinion and what I'm watching.
That Mike McGrath report today apparently about us looking for number 6. Is that actually true? Do you reckon? Or do you think that's just
Well, why do you think they went after Bruno?
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
All right then. I'll switch it. Instead of going, I've got an agenda, you've got an agenda. Ozzy, does Pep rate him as a 6?
I think Pep rates him as a player, and I think Pep is trying to school him into becoming a 6/8.
That was the biggest politician answer I've ever heard.
No, it's not. Because at the end of the day, you only have to look at the end of the game where they were having that conversation, and Pep was still, and Pep gets heavily criticised for doing this with players, but honestly, he has stood up and said he's fresh in the player's mind if they do something wrong. He wants to get hold of them as soon as he can after the game and explain And we have to remember, Pep is he played this role. He was one of the best in this role. Can we also remember when Rodri first came into the club?
Yeah.
And Alan will attest to this because he used to call him Plodry. How did Rodri learn his art? Because he had to learn from Pep, he had to learn from Fernandinho, and he had to have time on the pitch. He had to learn, and that is what Nico is currently doing. We all forget that he came in that January transfer, and he had some good games, but as you said, Mike, he hasn't lit the world up. And I'm not saying he has. I'm not turning around and saying, "Oh my God, he's the next Ballon d'Or." I'm not turning around and saying that. But what I am saying is there a very good player there, and there's a player that can definitely do a job there. And I think at the end of the day, I would rather rest Rodri so Nico can gain that experience. Because if we were to lose Rodri through another injury, then we haven't suddenly got a player who's ready to step up. We haven't got that player, so he needs that time.
That's the separate argument, though.
I'd honestly be inclined to play Nico and give Tijani a rest. I mean, I think Tijani's going to need a game off soon anyway, and Burnley might be a good game for him to have a break and play Gonzalez. I'd like to see Gonzalez played at the 8, to be honest, because I think that'll be.
Rich, isn't Tijani the only player in our squad who's played every minute of Premier League?
I think so.
I think he's played. I think he's played every minute of Premier League matches for us.
I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried he's going to get injured. So I think we need to rest him, and so therefore we need to play Nico at 8, play Rodri, Nico at 8, because I actually think that in some big games later in the season, particularly away in the Champions League and stuff, we might want Rodri with Nico playing 8, and I'd like to have a look at that.
Do you know my issue? This is what I'm going to say is what I said about Pep. He is using the way you want him to use Rodri is the way he's using Nico J. He's getting 14 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's not showing me that. That's my concern with it. And people can call it agenda all you want, but apparently someone else criticises another player. You say they have an agenda and they get all hissy-fitty over it. Weird, that one, isn't it? When this is why people need to have 2 A's. I've said he's a great 8. I think he's a very good 8. I think he's a superb passer of the football. My issue with Nico G is the tenacity and the tackling and the tracking. I think he struggles with that.
And Rodri didn't in his first season.
Yeah, no, but I understand, Ozza. I agree with it. But then the question is, will Nico G be okay with being a backup? Because that's what he is, Ozzy. He's a backup.
And what, you don't think he knew that when he signed for the club?
Now, Ozzy, I think the dilemma is that we can't sign an out-and-out 6.
Pat, hang on a minute.
No, because that's why I'll get.
At the time we were signing Nico as a 6 because that's what we needed. Am I wrong? Is that not what we did in January? Because that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it all of a sudden that he's definitely an 8 and nothing more? And
because he's never played, he wasn't a 6 at Porto.
So why was he brought in then?
That's the question. Yeah, I would agree. That's the question the board has to ask.
So it's a panic buy.
I can't answer that.
No, because the way I look at it was you can't. Yeah,
and don't look at me like
Ozzy, I get what you're saying, but it's about if you bring in just a natural out-and-out 6 or a player who's natural games to play the 6 role, well then and they want to play every game, then where do they stand once Rodri's back at full fitness? I think that's why you need to have the sort of 6-8 hybrid, because then they can move to a 6 and play, not do their job, but even just do a job as a number 6 while Rodri's rested or suspended or injured. So
I agree.
No, understood. But then,
Alan,
Alan, at the same time, we were mad on Bruno G. We wanted Bruno G as well.
Because you remember, we
Bruno
did all
G's
this
more
for
of an 8 than a 6.
We did all this for Napoli. Rest everyone. Don't play him. That's all we heard.
Yeah.
Don't play him and don't play him. And go out with this. That went strongest team.
Yep.
People have got to realise
Yeah.
he doesn't. Pep.
Yeah.
If Rodri says I'm good to go, and the doctors say he's good to go, Rodri's
Right.
going.
Yep.
Yeah, which is what Rodri's
People
been
need
saying
to
lately
literally
too.
come to grips with this.
We do.
Rodri is one of the most important players. It's like Haaland. If Haaland, you're fit, you're going. It happens everywhere, unless they're majorly injured. As soon as they're back, they go in. I get the fear, and I know the fear, but for me, I think if he's going to get injured with 30 minutes, he's going to get injured with 60. He's going to get injured. It means his body's not there anyway.
You rested for me.
And then when do you play him, Alan?
The game after, which is
And then when do you play him again?
the week after that. You've got to rest him every now and again, mate. He's not a fucking robot.
You've also got to give other players
got to
a
rest
chance,
his body.
Martin.
I mean, I disagree because I think it's worth playing three games unchanged. Because I think that breeds confidence.
I agree with you, Mike. It does. But you also got to manage players as well. We manage Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I'm managing him. No, well, how are we not managing then, Lozzie? Tell me how we're not managing him. Because he'd only played 2 games in 90 minutes out of 7.
Yeah. I'm saying he's played 3 full matches, and there's an opportunity to rest him because it's not a bad opportunity. As we've all said, we're expecting a win against Burnley. I don't see the argument of not bringing Nico G into this. There's a dead set of, no, we can keep on playing him. But there's no confidence of other players coming in, stepping into that role, and we're never going to have that confidence. And then if something does happen to Rodri, it'll be panic stations because there isn't anyone to take over because we don't have the confidence in any of the players.
That's something I
Mark said when he first came back after injury. Now you've got to be careful with him, and you need to rest him every now and again. And this is an opportunity to do it.
It wasn't last night the opportunity to rest.
But Alan, you've also got to remember what Rich said before, where he said medically his ACL's been good since April.
I know we still got to rest. You still got to rest every single player every now and again.
He rested last night.
Yeah, the thing is now we're going round in circles on a debate that our doctors and our physio and Rodri the player knows, and they're going to make the right decision based on the actual facts and knowing it. And we're all spouting. We're getting a bit Donald Trump, aren't we? We're all sitting here spouting our medical opinions on something.
Oh, don't you start with your common sense philosophy, Rich.
I'm going to start. I'm going to start talking about what medication.
Calvin Phillips at right back.
The
rest you can get in the bin.
Leave it to the doctors. Okay? Leave it to the doctors.
Right. Anyway, right. So for me, I'll give you my team on Saturday. It's quite simple. Gigi Donnarumma. I think it'll be Mateus Nunes at right back. Then it'll be Diaz, Gabardio, Nico Riley, Rodri in the 6, Tajani Reinders, Phil Foden, Bernardo, Doku, Haaland.
Do you think
a good shout?
Yeah. Alan, they all rested last night, Doku, Haaland, Rodri, none of them travelled.
I know.
So you want them to have 2 games off. Then you'll go into 3 games off, and they might as well go and be part-times.
Yeah, I'll go for the same same 11, but I'm going to have Bernardo resting. So he's
He
raring to go
rested
for
last night.
Monaco.
Bloody hell, everyone's
No, but
resting.
Bernardo.
Is anyone playing anymore?
Martin, I agree with your lineup.
Bernardo needs to go. Bernardo needs to go and walk John Stones, doesn't he? Because he's been.
I agree with your
Bernardo's
lineup, but I changed one, and that's
Bob.
Mateus Nunes at right back for a certain Yorkshire pillow.
Phillips right back.
Oh yeah.
Phillips at right back, inverting.
Rest,
You want that support for Nico G. There it is.
Everyone's having a fucking rest. Everyone's resting in a minute.
One more rest than me, mate.
Actually, I'm thinking.
Everyone's getting a rest.
Now I'm thinking of it. I reckon Gigi's a bit tired. It's he's got a bit of jet lag from PSG.
So, 6 games in.
I reckon we play
that 1 hour time zone's a bastard, mate.
Ortega.
If these players need a rest, Sam, after 6 games, then fuck me, they're unfit.
Ortega.
They're unfit.
In net.
They are unfit.
Ortega in net. Bettinelli on the bench.
They are unfit.
Bob, I wouldn't have Bob anywhere near this 11 right now.
No.
What are we doing here?
We're taking the team every game.
Martin's having a meltdown.
Bob starts.
Bernardo has a rest. No, I'll tell you where I'm at. You're all doing what everyone did last season and then went ape shit over it. And you've all gone back to redoing it again.
It's happening again.
Give the kids a go. Oh, he's not played a lot of minutes. Let's give them a go. Oh, I feel sorry. Bollocks should have feel sorry for him. We're being ruthless, so we're getting ruthless here.
Yeah.
No, we're being
everyone.
We're not a make-a-wish fucking thing. Come on, let's go for it, boys. Let's slap Burnley up 5-0.
Martin, some of us might think
so who's
actually playing Bob on the right wing is better than playing Bernardo in that position. I think Bernardo's kept for midfield, so I'd start Bob or Savinho if he needs to.
We're 7 games in, mate.
How are they not fit? Haaland's training today, Sam.
No one's fit.
Yeah, hashtag fuck your feelings. Alan sat there going.
I think everyone's just sick of your agendas.
Alan sat there going.
Definitely, Pat.
How the hell have I become the agenda merchant in this fan base? How have I suddenly become the agenda merchant?
Martin, you are.
Now you've become the gaslight merchant.
Yeah,
you are an agenda merchant.
Bastard.
Yeah. I mean, Ozzy and me were only just chatting about your docu agenda.
Oh,
exactly.
One of the biggest agendas on the internet.
Hey,
no, he loves him. Yeah. No, he's like,
all this talk about how I say, yeah, and you're one of these people advocating stop talking people up by talking others down. And Martin, you just went to be the biggest hypocrite.
Oh no, exactly.
I mean, Martin just described Oscar Bob, who I think is a phenomenal player, as being like a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No, I don't mean
someone called him to play, and you're like, Make-A-Wish Foundation. That isn't fair. That isn't fair.
No,
I think
Oscar Bob is going to be a fabulous player. Do I think right now he's in form to play in the 11, Rich? No.
Well, we forget, guys, that this is his first proper season for us. Like, full season, isn't it? Like last year, he was like at the end of the season. The year before that, he was also in and out. This is his first proper season with us.
That's all I'm saying. We can. Unfortunately, Rich, where they're at this season, they've got to earn the place in the 11.
Facts.
Yeah. Everyone I spoke to last night, Rich, said they want Oscar Bob to be brilliant. They want him to do well, but they all went. Do you know what the biggest, most popular answer when I asked when we were talking last night was? What do you think of Oscar Bob? And everyone went, yeah. Was the answer nearly everyone said. Like, yeah, so.
It reminds me of Doku, but before the form hit with this recently. Like, all the ability, but just no end product. If he gives that product time.
I think this is a.
I didn't know when I was Alan last night when he did.
I thought he was probably our best player in the first 2 games, Bob. We're 6 games into a season. He was probably our best player in the first 2 games. He's played, 3? And then people are writing him off because he doesn't have a Stormer against Huddersfield.
Rich, I disagree.
Talk about agenda.
Rich,
talk about agenda.
I totally agree, Rich. The agenda
it's like Martin hates wingers.
If you think
this is going back to the agenda. This is going back to the agenda of 4 years ago, where we had Sané and Sterling, Ozzy and me over the moon. Martin wrote wingers off forever, and this anti-winger agenda is just coming back now. It was a Doku agenda last year. It's now Doku and Bob. Savinho, I can see an anti-Savinho agenda coming. I saw the frown at the new contract. Martin, you hate wingers.
What have I said? I'm not saying anything.
You hate wingers.
Listen, Martin.
Alan loves wingers, but only on a certain side.
Yeah. Martin. You're not even going to be there tomorrow. You're going for 60 minutes and you're leaving the ground after 60
minutes more than you.
Yeah, fucking. You're not even, doesn't matter. You're not even going to be there.
Alan sees a ticket. Alan sees a ticket. Gentlemen, I've got to go. I've got to head off to work, but thanks very much. Martin, do you want my prediction?
Yes, please.
4-0.
Good lad.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, Friday, and weekend.
I'll see your prediction.
Speak to you soon.
What's yours, Martin? What's your prediction, Martin?
I'm not telling you mine.
So you can put it in right at the end after score. You have to
tell
because
you see, I don't like the way we're doing this because I think people are getting tactical now.
Well, no, everyone's got their predictions in except you.
Mine's in
the thread.
Yeah, no, it's on the board.
No, put it in the thread so we can all see it.
I'm
not. Pat, Martin, if you don't tell us in advance and then you claim you've got it, you get 0 points. You have to put it in the thread so that everyone can see it.
I'm going to my cousin's wedding.
Everyone else has put theirs in the thread, Martin, except you.
Oh, sorry, I'm missing the ceremony, but that's all right. You know what I mean? I'm gone for 3-1.
3-1. The only one who thinks Burnley will score. Interesting.
Yes. What's your score prediction?
5-0.
5-0. Well, it won't be with the booking team you're putting out.
Oh, because I've got an agenda, have I?
Yeah.
Right. This is the score, by the way. These are the scores for the weekend. I've gone for 3-1. B's gone 3-0. Pat's gone 4-0. Ozzy's gone 5-0. Rich has gone 2-0. And Alan's gone for a
4-0. Alan's gone 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I said. Alan's gone 2-0. Rich has gone. The current table is Rich is out in front on 6. Ozzy is second on 5. Pat is third on 5. Me and Faye have both got 3 apiece. Alan is rock bottom with 1.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, dear, Alan.
Oh,
and don't forget, tomorrow on the Mancunian Way, we will be live with Pep Talks, all the press conference stuff. We will be live. Pep Talks Burnley, the Pep press conference will be live on the channel around about 2. Between 2 and 3 will go live. But also, just a little update, tomorrow, me and Ozzy are going on City Tone on Instagram as well. If you want to come and join us there, over on the Tone's Instagram, me and Ozzy will be live on there. It's very quick, 10-15 minutes, and then we'll go straight onto the thing. What do you mean, Pardo? Fake discussion, trying to make it who's acting? What? You know we don't do that, Pardo. You know we don't.
Rich was definitely acting.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
No. I think your agenda against wingers is real, Martin.
Oh, we know that agenda is real.
Richard, you're always right, Richard. You're always right.
Anyway, right. Luke, where are you at? What do you think we're going to do with Burnley?
I'll go 4-0. I think we'll definitely score goals this weekend, but I think it's just everyone is about building form up, momentum up. I think if Haaland is fit, so Rodri's fit, play the best team, and if we're up 3 or 4-0 on our in, bring them off of Monaco on Tuesday, go 4-0.
Okay. Blue Art's going for a 4-0. Bernardo's Brewing Company's gone for 3-0. Sam's 2-0. AK's 3-0. FIFA's gone 9-0. Connor's gone 4-1. Pardo Ocean's gone for a 2-0. No, that was Huddersfield. I said 5. 3-0 down.
I wish.
Anymore.
Right, I've got a question for you.
Oh, go on.
So my question is going back to your prediction, and there's a few predictions there as well.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling that we're going to concede? Because at the moment, since Donnarue's been in between the sticks, we've conceded 1 goal, and he has been immense.
No, I agree.
And Burnley have got like a really poor record of scoring at the moment. So, what is your fear? Because our back line has been quite solid as well, not just the keeper.
I would agree, but
yeah, he is. He's got fucking Nunes. That's a shambles.
Wow. All right, Alan. Jesus.
If we found Nunes, Alan, actually, he's played quite well over the last few games.
Is he now? Right. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, Alan. I'm with the opinion of you. I don't think he's a right back, and I don't think he's good enough to be our starting. And I'd rather see Kuznov there, but he's injured, so what are you going to do?
The Yorkshire Perlo.
The Yorkshire.
See, Brendan's gone 1-0 a little bit hard. Listen, I've actually had us conceded nearly every game.
Sooner we get right.
What is your worry? Where are your worries coming from?
I need to see us a bit more defensively for a longer period before I go into the clean sheet situation.
Okay.
I think we're very capable of scoring. I think Foden's on form at the minute. I think Haaland is. I'm more worried about Haaland on Saturday than I am Rodri.
Yeah.
I know Rodri's fit. Rodri's actually fit. It's just a fitness thing with Rodri. Haaland's not, though. Haaland is carrying a knock in his back.
Yeah,
that worries me more than Rodri will ever do. Because we've got options for Rodri. Yes, not the same level. We have got no options at all for Erling Haaland.
Because how long have we shot for?
No, we haven't.
False 9, Oscar Bob. Sorted.
There we go.
When Mish back there, is he back there?
You see what I mean? Come on, now you're not being genuine. You're not being genuine.
What's hang on?
Yeah, it's Everton, Luke.
What's wrong with Haaland? What's wrong with Haaland? What's wrong with Haaland?
He's got a back issue, and he's had it for the last few weeks.
So he's not going to Norway then?
I don't know.
I mean, this is where we are when we're talking about some of these players, right? Like, okay, like Haaland, I heard you guys talking about Rodri, right? Like, you can't say for Rodri you want him to play. And I kind of have some issues with what was being said about Rodri because it's like, we want to play him every game in the Premier League for 60 minutes. Is that what we're doing too? Because I remember before Rodri got hurt, we were saying we need a player to come in for a Burnley, for a Leeds. And now we're saying that he needs to play against this team for what purpose? I'd rather have him fully ready to go for Monaco Champions League because we just played 3 of the most physical games we're going to play as well. We can't forget that either.
Ed, I think we listen to the doctors and the physio and the player. And if they think he needs to get match fit and play, he plays. If they think he needs a rest, he rests. I think, I know it's the world we live in today where people who don't have a clue about, medicine like to state their opinions about medicine to the world. But I think we just got to accept that we've got experts at the club who we pay a fortune and they're going to make the right decision. And, whether he starts or he doesn't start on Saturday, that will be down to those experts.
But Rich, even with that, right, we know in sports that at the end of the day, when it comes to physios and stuff, even if players
Good morning.
aren't fit, or sometimes there's a lot of situations where physios don't give the green light and they still play. So
If we look
I'm
at,
saying to listen to them. I'm not saying to ignore them. Like clearly last season we ignored some when we had 10 players injured and we wanted to put players out. We played people against the advice potentially of the player and the physio. I'm saying we just listen and we do the right thing, because there are two things that play with Rodri. One is he has to get to full match fitness, and he's at risk of injury until he's at full match fitness. So on one side, there's the incentive to get him back to full fitness. On the other, if we overplay him or we rush him, we increase his chance of injury. And the only people who know the state of his fitness, the state of his things, are the experts who have that data, who have that information, and how the player himself feels. So I think instead of us arguing about who knows the most about Rodri's physical condition and everything else, we let the experts decide and accept that whilst we might have our views, they're not informed views. They're the views of fans.
Well, my thing isn't that I think he's going to get injured. My whole thing is, if Nico G can't play the 6 for you against Burnley, then you're never going to trust him to play the 6 against any opponent.
That's my issue. I don't think he is trusted as a 6, or will be by that.
So then that's the case. Then we have to just admit the board made a mistake.
And I've admitted that.
I'm saying just in general. I'm not talking to
That's
you.
the one No, but my thing is, with Jorge Mendes as Nico G's agent, Nico G clearly now, with his minutes and everything else, knows what his role is.
Yeah, of course.
Jorge Mendes, because remember, there was rumours in the summer of Nico G may want to leave. He'd only been here. And by the way, I listen, I hear Ozzy's point is, but he's been here for 9 months now.
Yeah.
He is getting to that year level now.
Anyway, I have to drop for school lifts.
Yeah, Rich.
Rich.
So even what Rich
all.
said about like Reinders, right? Like Nico G can play the 8. We're not going to see him at the 8 and keep on playing Reinders in that situation too. Like, so we don't trust him in the 6. We don't trust him in the 8 either now, because Reinders even came on.
You see, it's all interpretation. Some people will look at last night and they'll go, Pep's coaching him, brilliant. He cares about him. Others will look at it and go, I've never seen Pep coach a £50 million player like that publicly that often. Because that's now the 3rd time he's done it publicly with him.
Yeah.
He does it with all players, Martin. He's done that with, I can think of
not
many
3
times.
Not 3 times. Not that publicly as well.
In all fairness, Martin, actually, it was Nico G who asked Pep to come to him last night. So there's your agenda out the window.
That's it. It's my opinion. You don't like it. You don't like it. I get you're an Nico G fan. Totally fine. It's your opinion. Pep isn't. That's why he gets 14 minutes.
I don't have an agenda against him.
You need to take it on Pep. Pep's the one playing him for 14 minutes. Someone needs to ask Pep these questions.
Yeah.
Because the biggest question no one's answering it, why is he willing to run Rodri in the ground for 3 games in a week and not trust Nico G then?
Good point, yeah.
Why are we all avoiding that question?
This is running in the ground.
At the end of the day, right, we want a team. We want players.
You're Nico G's agent. They're bringing going on here.
He's Mendes and his guys.
The simple fact is, kids. It doesn't matter what I think, Alan thinks, Ozzy, Jeremy Docker, whoever. It's what Pep thinks. And right now, Pep's pattern is, I don't trust you fully.
No.
And you know how Pep gets when he doesn't trust a player? He just doesn't hardly play them.
Phillips, for example, Phillips. Another one, isn't it? They didn't trust.
You're right.
Nico G, at the minute, minutes-wise, he's going down the Calvin Phillips road, and that's where I'm getting worried. He's heading into the Calvin Phillips minute road.
Nah, he's playing more than Calvin Phillips. We can't go that far.
Not much. Calvin Phillips got the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
He's played way more than Calvin Phillips. If we go minutes by minutes since he's been at Man City, he's played way more.
Yeah, in the first 11 games, the last 11 games, yes, I agree with you, Al. But since then, he's hardly started games.
Yeah. I mean,
Go
I think
check.
that,
Stats are there.
I think that was always going to be the case with him, though. Like, if you thought, like, when Rodri came back, that he was going to be playing as much as he did last season.
I don't get this Nico G flip, because let's go back 3 months. Everyone was having a whinge because he got hardly no minutes in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it's now we're wrong.
It was a move that went for in January. I'm not saying he has to go out first. Obviously, he starts trying to prove himself his first full year, but if he doesn't improve this season, then I reckon that's somebody out the door.
I mean, look at Pardo's worried about Reinders. And yes, I've seen, and that's not bad, I just use an example, Pardo. Others are saying Reinders are making, keep saying it's patience, I suppose. And the trouble is, again, I'm going to say this, we keep holding every CDM to Rodri standards. Nobody's Rodri.
No.
Nobody's
All we need is a competent DM, a competent backup. That's all we need.
Is that what Kova is for, though, Luke? Would you be more comfortable playing Kova now?
I think that will decide Nico G.
Yeah.
If Kova comes straight back into that team, then you know where Nico
I trust Kova more. I trust Kova more in this than I do Nico. I will be honest with you.
Hang on. No, go on, I was there. I'm a pop at Luke now. I'll go off screen. Go.
It's fine.
Call my uncle, Ozzy. Call my uncle. Call my uncle.
I'm so sorry, but really and truly, I can't believe people are doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Cover is a really good player. He's excellent in the number 8 role, but for number 6 last season, we were all calling him out how bad he was.
He was man of the match for the first 3 games.
And for the rest, after the 3 games,
cheers, mate.
Hey.
No, that flick against Real Madrid was awful. I've
got a flip, guys. I'll speak to you in a bit.
He was awful.
Do you know what it is, right? I like Nico G. I do. I just feel like he's still got a lot to learn that position. The problem is, a 6 for City is different to a 6 at Porto. Whole different system, and he could do it. Again, look at Rodri. He started off really poorly, and I really hope he does improve. And I'm still backing him. I'm not saying I'll go up on him. I should think if I just
I back him as an 8, Luke. That's all it is with me. I back him as an 8.
Again, Nico G is a good player for our squad. Of course he is, but I just think in the 6 is a whole different position than playing the 8. That's what we've got to work out who want to play there. So
I'm not saying we're not saying Nico G's bad. We're saying we don't think he's a good 6. Brilliant 8, not 6. That's all.
Yeah.
A single pivot.
Because I don't rate Erling Haaland as a right winger doesn't mean I think he's a poor footballer.
Listen, don't you start to right wingers, your agenda will come out. We know it.
Yeah,
we haven't even got into Savio's new contract.
This flips it. I've got agendas.
I will say though, right? I wouldn't mind seeing Savio and Doku on Saturday, but I get it if he wants Pep and Holiday. I think Savio. I think if he's getting a new deal and he got a goal, I want to see him get more game time and see if he can kick on. But I obviously, if he plays as usual, then Bernardo on the right, and I'm fine with that. But I'd like to see him.
Can you? Yeah.
I'll tell you what's interesting, Lou.
I think Alf's just very emotional at the moment, and I get it. And he's your own, but yeah, he's had a bit of a mare there with that one on the pep out after the 1 each.
I'm in tomorrow anyway on the show tomorrow. I'll chat with him about tomorrow.
And I know he's getting a lot of. Listen, be nice. People are entitled to opinions. I get, but you can disagree with him. That's fine, but I know he's getting a lot of shit at the minute.
Yeah,
but just to pick it up where you were, Luke. If we look at that right wing at the moment, like I don't think anyone's nailed that spot down.
No,
do you know what I mean? I do think Bob, for the first couple of games, really looked good. I think the problem for Bob is that I just feel like he needs to score a goal. Do you know what I mean? It looks like just that confidence level has slightly dipped. Do you know what I mean? I do think he's been asked by Pep to do what he's doing. And I think, the game last night, I did see like there's definitely a player in there. And as Martin said, we know the talent is there. Do you know what I mean? I just think he just needs to get past that mentality of scoring a goal. And I think he'll just completely just have a great season going forward. But I look at Savio, and yes, Savio scored last night, but to be perfectly honest, I mean, it was all about the flicks and the tricks for him, wasn't it? I was just thinking, you've just come back, mate. There's Bob ahead of you, because I think he's been better. And I think then when Cherky's fit, because I think it's going to be really hard for Cherky to unplace Foden right now, because I think Foden's been immense at number 10. So there's a possibility of Cherky being in front of you. So I appreciate you maybe giving the new contract, but I just think, as Martin, as you said earlier, there are players that need to fight for their spot.
With Savio, though, I'll say, right, with Savio, right, I think I can see the technical ability. There's a player in there. It's up to him to start putting the end product and also put the work rate in around it. Like, it's all good being a skillful player, but like you've got to be able to do the dog work as well, like tracking back and that kind of stuff, and sort of being part of the team. Because I'm all for someone being skillful, like Doku was in the Napoli game with that goal. Like, I'm all for that, like as long as you do it at the right times and it works off, rather than just doing like Rabonas and that out of nowhere. Like, it's got to actually work, and also it's got to actually can't just be your whole MO. It needs to be a lot more than that. I think I like Savio. I do. I'm a big Brazilian football fan myself anyway, but I also understand that he's got to actually play himself into the team. I mean, Huddersfield can't just be that's it. He has to start every game, but he's got to start getting better in terms of better performances on the bench. Obviously, if he doesn't play on Saturday, I think you're right. I would still say Doku and Bob probably would go on the wingers right now if I'm going to out wingers. But if Savio can get his form up, then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's still a long way to go for Savio, I think, definitely.
I mean, I would just say for me, I would still play Bernardo because nobody else has proven or shown that they're in better form than him, to be honest. And I know against Burnley they might be playing deep, but Bernardo also has the ability that frees up Foden too, right? To do all that creativity, that freedom that he loves to do on the pitch and roam around and things of that nature too. So I'm just going off merit, and Bernardo's been our best winger, that right winger, beyond Bob, beyond Savinho. So I'm going to keep him until somebody proves otherwise.
The problem I still have is that, yes, you're right, Ed. I think Bernardo has been pretty good, in the last few games he's played. But the problem I always find is that if he's on the pitch, like, Foden seems to have to drift off to the right, and for me, I think you need to start planning for life without Bernardo Silva. I think you need to really, because he'll drift in, and I just think actually no, Foden needs now to be the number 10. He needs to be in that midfield role where he's creating and he's getting the goals, and I just don't think you can have that detriment of bringing Bernardo Silva in. We've got to start looking at moving past Bernardo.
Because I think
this is why we've got three wingers currently, where we've got Savio, we've got Bob, we've got Cherky when he comes back.
Okay.
We've got these players that need to start playing more games. I agree. Bernardo Silva is excellent, and he's, when he comes in like he did in the derby, that's when you do sometimes need to have Bernardo Silva. But not for every game. We need to, especially against Burnley, we need to move on.
I think also as well, obviously, is that I think obviously this probably I think it's probably his last year as well. I can't see him signing a new deal. If he does, fair enough. But I think John Stones as well. I get if he's offers a new deal, fine. But even him, I'm kind of like, we'll see on that one. But I think if two players are going to go this summer, I think it'll probably be Stones and Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Maybe Kovacic as well, probably depending on where he goes as well. But I think you're right. We got to start learning to find a way to play that Bernardo Silva in this team, because again, unbelievable player, great servant for the club, love him, absolutely love Bernardo Silva. But you're right. At some point, you've got to move on with the times and progress the team into the next era. So,
listen, by the way, Shay, I get it. I get it. I'm one of these people who don't do beef, mate. I get it. I know, and I'm seeing some of the tweets. No, I don't agree with them, but I can't stop somebody else tweeting out their feelings. That's all it is, Shake. And yeah, maybe speak to him and say, but it is what it is.
But look,
I'm not a big beef, mate. That's all.
No.
But Luke and Ozzy, it has to be like, I know we're saying to drop them, but it has to be on some form of merit, right? Like if Savinho and Bob was dynamic, was beating their men, was showing real impact against Huddersfield, I would be all for it. Okay, let them show it against Burnley. But it's just like, has Bernardo done anything wrong?
I don't
Anything
think anyone
wrong.
stood out in that game to put their play. Remember in the space the other day when I said, someone said, what do you want from the Huddersfield team? I said, for some of the players to put pressure on the first team for Saturday.
Yeah.
The only person who stood out, I mean, like, you know, apart from I get it, you know, Macassar and all, yeah, but we know Macassar's not going to play on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Off the bench kind of player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Savinho, that's
Like
the only
O'Reilly
one
and that.
the guy who's head and shoulders was Phil Foden, and he's starting anyway.
Facts. Yeah.
There's nobody else I'm going, yeah, you should be dropped to going for this guy on Saturday.
Macassar will be dishes O'Reilly.
team.
Macassar we dishes O'Reilly off the bench in cup games.
Yeah, this is where I'm at.
League, yeah.
I get where people are going, rotate around, but if a team is winning and it's working, why change? Just start it and then sub them.
Yeah, cup game rotation.
One of them will play them and then you can sub later. I want to be proactive and not reactive.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'd rather get game one and then bring on the others.
Yeah. It should be like cup games, obviously rotate the team, obviously obviously depending on who we're playing, obviously. In the league games, pick a sort of a similar team. Obviously injuries come into play, fair enough, rotate if you need to, but it should we got to try and have a spine, as in like a consistent spine going forward. Like I think Donnarumma, Diaz, Vardy, Rodri, Foden, Haaland is a great spine to have.
Yeah.
But obviously injuries come into play. Of course, someone comes in to replace them. But we've got to
why not make Calvin? I'm going to be honest, where I felt so sorry because I think some have taken last night. We were having a bit of banter and a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, he ain't good enough, man.
We're not trying to say. With due respect, the first
he was losing the ball against Huddersfield, man.
The first thing Calvin did last night was give the ball away and hit the post off it. I'm not trying to be a dick and anything, but I'm just. This is where I'm at this season. I'm not being a dick, but I'm sorry if you're not good enough. I'm calling it out now.
Honestly,
I said I'd give everyone one season, including the manager. I'll give you one season, but I don't want to see the same mistakes as this. And Calvin Phillips has not played football, and I get it, he's unfit, but he's not played football. But you're giving the ball away against Huddersfield, mate.
League One team.
I can't go any more than that.
No.
What do you want? You're getting paid 150 grand a week.
Yeah, that signing when we got him, I was so excited when we got him because I really rated him, and I'm so glad that it's worked out the way it has.
And and I wish him all the best with his new child. And I'm talking just from a football. This is where I'm at, and we do this on the Chelsea. We talk from a football. We're not going to talk anything personal, the way they look or anything. It's just purely on their football ability on the game we're talking about. He doesn't need a run. He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
I just, we're
not talking about Calvin Phillips in 2025. I'm sorry.
Big up Spartacus for the 1 year, mate. Happy anniversary for the 1 year. You, Pedri lover.
He's bald, to be fair.
Right. We're going to go 5 more minutes and we'll call it a night. If you want the Sabio stuff, we'll talk it on the space because I know it really has.
So get spicy in the space.
Space. Ooh.
I don't know. It's the John Stones one because I know everyone's going to go mad on Biana at the minute. Pep Guardiola is a massive fan of Savinho.
Fair enough.
But this is like with me on that. It's like it seems like we're backing our young players to develop. And
that's what everyone wanted last season, Ed.
It was like we're backing our young players to develop, and with Doku has shown, this first couple of games,
Ozzy's wanted it for 4 years.
Consistency.
Do you remember the Romeo Lavia love train he was on?
No, Romeo Lavia, yeah. And that Chelsea.
But sadly, injuries.
The thing is, right, with Doku
Ed,
in the
you
wing,
could do with a bit of colour in that room. You need to. I think is that your new house?
No, I haven't moved yet. This is just like
He's in the middle of moving, so he's either
this is like
moving
my
stuff out
office.
of
This
it,
is like my office. You know, when I this is my office setup just because with what I do with work and stuff, I don't want to have a lot of stuff.
Space. He's fuming.
Is the Savio stuff? Let's be fair. Is the Savio stuff more that he nearly left in the summer, or flirted with the idea of leaving? Is that what a lot of people are coming on a little bit more kind of like? Why are we giving you a new contract? Is because he could have gone to Spurs. Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Let that ring in a little bit. He wanted to leave Manchester City.
Did he want to leave?
And go to Spurs. Well, I know, but I'm just saying that is the way a lot of fans have looked at it.
That's the interpretation fans.
And that is what I'm saying, because this is why a lot of fans we are getting a little bit divided on this, because
it's the Rodrigo stuff as well. People thought Rodrigo was one season ago. And if Savinho signs a new deal, that puts Rodrigo to bed for good.
But I'm going to say though, I don't want a player that's happy sitting on a bench. If he doesn't want to be at City, or he doesn't have ambition, then I'd rather have players that actually want to be here. So,
but to be fair, Luke, Ozzy, if we value him at 70 million quid, shouldn't we pay him like a 70 million pound player then?
It's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
And to be fair to him, like if you think this young man has come from Brazil.
No, we're going to talk more in space, man. We're going to talk more in space.
Ed's expression there was like,
oh, no.
I'm just saying, I don't want this to also stop us from getting.
Ed, you look like a floating head at the moment. I'm sorry to be rude and jump in, but there's relaxing and then there's you. You're like nearly lying down there, man.
No. I'm just saying, right? Like this can't stop us from maybe looking at another winger potentially either. Like I don't want this to, like if he doesn't showcase some in progress, some improvement this season, we can't go into the summer and saying,
but his first full start, he scored.
Yeah, he did score. Well, it wasn't great, but he scored.
You've also got to think, Ed, like he's coming. Remember, he's not being paid a great deal, and as Martin said, we valued him at 70-odd million in the summer when Spurs came in. All right, you've got to think for him, he's not being paid a great deal compared to some of the other players that we've currently got. I hate to.
I was like, there's a reason why we like this with Ed. We did a space last week. Ed sold 12 players.
I did not.
It was between 9 or 12.
You're gone.
It was 8 or 9. It was 8 or 9.
You got rid of a lot.
It was 8 or 9.
You got rid of nearly everyone. We were like, who's left?
No, that's not true. That's not true. We'll go. Hey, man, I don't want to go into this on the panel because I can really go through the names if you want me to go through the names right now.
We have announced now, by the way, Ed has now officially joined the channel. So that's
big up, Ed. Well done. Big up, Ed.
Me and Ozzy already knew because we spoke last week about it.
So I mean, that's my only hesitation. I appreciate joining the channel as well. Appreciate joining the channel as well. See, Martin doesn't let you finish his point. Let you finish your point either, bro.
Get used to it, Ed.
It's like, I appreciate joining the channel. Appreciate the chat. Definitely.
He's too chillaxed.
He's too relaxed at this point.
Too chillaxed.
Hey, man, I just got off work, man. I just came from the gym. I'm trying to, just walk my dog.
Guns, we know.
But like Lee makes a great point. Doku felt, if we're willing to give Doku 2 years, Ed, why can't you give Savinho 12 months?
But Doku doesn't have it. Has Doku got an extension?
What? Has Doku what?
He got extension contract.
No, but he will do the way he's going.
I'm saying like Doku hasn't gotten a contract extension.
Well,
He's been here
John
for 3
Stones
years.
getting a con. No.
Thank you, Martin. We're going into a whirlwind.
To be fair, I think you can understand where Ed's coming from with his point. Like, where's Doku's extension after he's in his 3rd season and he hasn't been given an extension? Now, Savvy's only been here for a year, and all of a sudden he's getting extension, and then he was nearly going to leave, and then So these things will kind of, fans will look at it and go, well, hang on a minute. It doesn't seem to add up.
It's only going to add to him having more pressure on him to perform, by the way.
But to be fair, Ed, I mean, he needs to have that pressure. Do you know what I mean? If you want that bump in your pay packet, then you've got to show it on the pitch.
Doku got a kick up the arse. Doku said he went and sat down with people. Him and Haaland had a chat. Sometimes you need you call it come to Jesus moment. Some need it, a kick up the arse, whatever. But sorry, you need it.
And like I said earlier, he's got potentially 2 players ahead of him if he's not careful with Bob and Cheeky.
Cherky, not Cheeky.
Yeah.
Cherky, sorry.
Yeah, but that's so I mean, I think we're going to talk a lot about this building up throughout the season because we're in transition. We're going to have to make some choices between who stays and who goes, and this is going to be a topic for conversation until we're more settled.
Did Savino kiss the badge?
You
know what my son said last night? You know what my son said last night when he kissed the badge? He went, did that as purpose. Well, what do you mean he went? Knew he'd do that the first time he scored.
Yeah, I mean, I think we go over the top when players kiss badges now.
Yeah, I don't believe any of this kissing the badge bullshit. I never have. This kiss the badge stuff. I don't believe any of them. It's that. I don't believe any of this. Bernardo Silva wanted to leave for 3 years, gets offered 300 grand a week in a buyout. Oh, I'll sign it. He's doing exactly what I thought he'd do. He's going to Benfica on a freebie.
Well, Foden now from Holland.
I can't believe you said that about Foden, Ryan. I mean, Foden's boyhood.
No. Foden and Rico Lewis. All right, Haaland, Rico Lewis, Foden, I could get it,
Yeah.
But why's Haaland got a release clause in? Foden isn't having a release clause in his new contract.
Good point, yeah. That's a good point.
Do
I know
Haaland's agent asked for the release clause.
It's what agents do, though, mine. Let's be fair.
No, Foden's isn't. Foden's is I love the club. Look, I don't know why I'm doing that there. It's just not the wrong thing.
The Melbourne City.
Wrong team.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. I think the Isaac stuff and the other stuff and the Vissa stuff, I think it's made me colder on players this year. That's why I'm bad for playing now. Because I just think, this all players are mercenaries. Yeah, I think they are, because human beings are. If you get offered, if Ozzy comes to me tomorrow and says, South Stand, whoever, have offered me 500 quid a week to go on their show and do it and leave Mancunian way, I'd say do it. Off you go, enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, we're having negotiations at the moment, Martin. So
no, but it's the same thing with me. It's the way it is. It's different. Would I like Ozzy to stay as co-owner? Yeah, of course I would. But we're not in a position to be paying people. If another channel is, so be it. It is what it is. No one's leaving. It was an example.
I'm considering offers at the moment. Let's put it.
If someone offers us a curly whirly for Alan, Jesus, we're
take it.
Snapping your hand off.
No, but the thing is,
to take Alan.
People have got to. It's a job. It's a job.
Yeah.
Not all players love the club or see the club in the same way we do. I know we want them to do. And I know we're all romantic sometimes, but it's a job.
Not every player still Foden for Academy.
Look at the way City have been with Trafford this summer. Tells you all you need to know. Clubs can be ruthless, players can be ruthless. And we all asked, and this is where I will kick back with some. We asked for the club and Pep and the board to become ruthless. Become ruthless and everyone throws toys out the pram again.
I get that, yeah.
And this is why, the other, Makessa played well, maybe he should play. No, he's not frigging ready. bloody Branthwaite played in the Carabao Cup last season. I wasn't seeing people begging him to play left back in the next Premier League game.
No. It's badge before player.
I think we've got to take yesterday for what it was. It was a third round League One team against Huddersfield.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I sound like I'm being harsh, but I'm being honest now.
You weren't being honest before.
James McAtee bagged that trick against Salford City in the FA Cup last season. I didn't see people going play him in the Premier League.
No, it won't.
Why do you think Bernardo, Haaland, Rodri and all them arrested last night? Because they weren't required.
No.
Even with John Stones, right? If he is given a contract, big if, then
homegrown. It means we're selling Ake.
Yeah, Ake has to be. That means Ake has. I'm sorry, one of them has to go. I'm sorry.
I love John Stones, but with the way John Stones' body is, I worry about giving him a new contract. And I love Stones. I think he's the balance of Beckenbauer.
Yeah. Has to be on a reduced role. Yeah, it has to be on a reduced role.
Or if he's willing to do a new contract, I'd take a wage decrease. Now, whether he will is a different scenario.
Yeah.
To be fair, if we let go one of the best players I've ever seen play for this club, as in Kevin De Bruyne go last summer, then
thank you, Ozzy. That's my point.
Stones will go.
Yeah. That's my point. If Kevin De Bruyne wasn't fit enough to stay, then the John Stones thing has got to be Ake.
Facts.
And don't forget, we've got currently 2 players out on loan who potentially.
Well, if you're Jim about, what the hell are you thinking of that then?
Well, that's what my point is. We've got 2 players, centre backs that are on loan that are going to need to come in. Yeah.
I mean, I'm loving this shirt. It's making me look even. There's no one look at the old Wayne Lassies. I'm loving this new me at the minute. No, I'm very proud. I am very proud of myself at the minute. I'm very, very proud of myself.
No, you're looking good, mate. You're looking good.
I'm trying.
You'll look like Ed soon.
Trying.
Go on, Ed. Show him off.
Nah, man. Hey, man. Martin was trying to grill me a little bit about going to the gym. I said, I can't go at midnight like you, mate. I can't. I can't.
I go at 4 a.m, man.
Yeah, 4 a.m. See, I can't.
No, do you know why I go at 4 a.m? You stick some headphones in. I have the big ones. I have the, the Bose ones because I prefer the big ones. The other ones give me ear. They make me ears sore when I leave them in. So I get the Bose on, and I just listen to. It's when I find research and ideas for shows. 4 a.m. on the old treadmill doing that. I think it's so therapeutic. There's about one person in there. It's quiet. My dad's asleep, bike sitting there. I'm loving it. I think it's great.
That's what I do usually. Yeah, it's good.
And then I go up because I must admit, I apologise to the South Stand this morning. I slept through my alarm because the whole Magway was up, baby. I just slept through my alarm. But I'm going to say big up to Ozzy for your debut on there, mate. I thought it was very, very good. Well done.
Thank you very much.
We're trying to get Ozzy more gigs. We're trying to get him on Judge Mo, but the problem is, Judge Mo, great guy, top. But the problem is, he only gives you an hour notice. But Ozzy thought it was my fault. I'm like, I can't help when Mo asked me to go on a show. For you.
If you want to see an agenda, oh boy, that's the show for you right there.
And Sam as well.
You will need a backbone for some of these channels.
I've been on Hassan, I've been on Mo, I've been on Football Terrace, I've been on the more.
You've got to have a thick skin and a backbone.
Yeah.
It's not them, it's the rivals. City are not liked.
Yeah. Hold your own.
Saying that, big up to Igal today. Igal has now finally admitted he understands what rivals are saying about Arsenal.
Yeah, finally. Wow.
Took him 5 years.
Final thoughts, gentlemen. Ozzy, no, we'll come back to you because you're Ed. Final thoughts.
Nah, man. I mean, I'm just we just need to keep the momentum going for Burnley, and then it's one game at a time. And hopefully, we can go to the international break with no injuries and have a team fully fit coming back after the international break. Because after the international break, we have a tough set of games and fixtures coming up fast. So we need everybody fit and available. And if we can do that, I'm gonna really be excited.
I actually do go. I went swimming twice a week, and then I went in the sauna and I went in the steam room. But because of me dance, I went to the gym instead. But I am going to go back swimming because I love swimming. I'm like a frigging dolphin when I swim. I love swimming. I love it. I find it's the most.
Don't go there, Luke. Don't go there.
Therapeutic thing.
We've
Luke,
all been there.
big up to you, mate. Thank you for joining us. Final thoughts. Oh yeah. Sorry. Quick question before you go. What was it? What did we all? Would we play Macassar?
What, on Saturday?
Well, he said, do you think Macassar has a future in the next 2 years? We're going down the players' route, or does it mean?
I think he does because Pep does like him. From what I've been doing. I read that Jack Gordon article today. He apparently does really like him, so I think he does. He can have a future. It depends on how he does in future games, so off the bench as well as maybe in the league game here and there. It's all about momentum now. If he can kick on from Wednesday of that assist and keep pushing, put performances in, then I think we can see like another O'Reilly situation. So it's all done to him though.
Sorry, I've just got to time someone out for 5 minutes. Timing them out, not banning them.
But Luke, right? With any young player, right, at City, is he going to be patient enough? How soon does he want first team football? How many minutes does he want? All those questions are going to factor in how long he's going to be here for.
Well, Ed, I said this about McAtee. McAtee should be given a year of off the bench minutes, but for some reason he was loaned out to Sheffield United rather than given opportunities, and I don't know why he wasn't given that chance. And in the end, he came back. I thought it was a bit late now to pay him now. We're paying week in week out. So because it's 18 now, so he's at a point where we can start playing minutes now at a young age and be part of the team at a young age. But I think you're right. In the next 2 or 3 years, at 21 years old, when he will be that, it'll be down to him to sort of decide whether or not he'll get in the team or not. So yeah. Right now it's okay, but I think definitely in 2 years' time we'll be up to him and where he is in the squad.
I mean, I've been called a lot of things. Spartacus on a 1 minute timeout. I'm a lot of things. I'm not a humpback whale sunshine. I've lost weight. Carry on. So he's on a 1 minute timeout. He's on the naughty step for 1 minute.
No, but in regards to Saturday, it really is just down to momentum and getting the 3 points. Like for me, I'm not thinking about any titles, that kind of stuff, any league title run. I want to just get the 3 points, get into that top 3, rather than 9th where we are right now. Get in the top 3, get second, and then just go from there. It's one game at a time because everyone's. This is a good point, Tarek. Yeah, exactly. I think next summer there'll be a lot of questions as well about certain players in the squad.
We have so many questions to answer, Luke. We have so many.
You can't say Macassar and then want Echeverria.
Yeah.
Now you've got Mahmoud shaky and folding. Friggs, they're not all sitting
there. Don't
forget Napan as well.
Napan. Bloody Napan, exactly.
Everyone's rotating. Everyone's playing.
And don't forget that legend you love, your favourite, Nico J, the number 8.
Exactly. Don't forget about him.
The best 6 in the world.
He's even admitting he called me a fucking whale here.
He said sorry,
Cheeky bastard.
Better than nothing.
We'll see you on the space, Spartacus. We'll see you.
You're getting it on this space, sunshine. After you finish combing your hair and putting it into a bowl. Big girl. Anyway, Ozzy, final thoughts?
Yeah, as I said earlier on, I think the thing that I can take away from the last few games is that has been just the mentality and the togetherness of the team. Really, like
love that
they have really come together as a group of players, and that's regardless of the starting 11 for the last 3 games on the bounce, where that was last night. I actually see this team really happy and enjoying their football. Do you know what I mean? And it's rare to see sometimes, especially when the chips are down, You know, and I think with all the negativity at the start of the season, I just think these players are immense. I still believe we've got the best spine in the league, and a lot of our rivals, even pundits, are saying that we're not in a title race. We're nowhere near it. I like what Big Steve has said in previous, seasons. Don't forget about that blue shark, because it's coming for you. And I still believe that. I still believe that we could prove a lot of people wrong this season. So I'm not saying it's a definite. I'm saying that just don't turn your back on the blue shark.
Yeah. If not this year, next year, I reckon. Not this year, next year.
I like it. I like it. I do like it.
Yeah. Patience,
patience. You like enjoy your spaces. Some of us have got to get our beauty sleep, so enjoy.
Says beauty sleep. He's on a freaking show tomorrow, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. Getting to get my beauty sleep.
You need it with your face. Anyway, yeah, massive thank you for
so jealous.
Yo, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's getting a little too spicy for me.
I'll admit
It's time
about
to go.
One thing this will do is this is going to take you over when I just set it up. This is going to take you to
hit the lights before we go, everybody. Hit the lights.
Shades of Blue. They are live
Shades of Blue
in about an hour and a half. And I can find it. There it is. They are live at 1 a.m. So this is going to redirect you over there. So just like I said, come and say hello. Show Tariq and all the gang a lot of love, and Chunk, etc. over there. A lot of love. It doesn't start till 1 a.m., but the link is in there. Go and this will take you straight to them if you want to stay around. 2.5 more subs to go. Yeah, and we've hit that 10K. It's a big up, mate. We're going to do that when we do the 115. There is a 24-hour stream on the 115.
Well, whatever it happens.
The next international break, we are going to do a charity stream, though. We're going to do a 12-hour charity stream. But instead of doing the links on here, I'm going to do it on a GoFundMe or something. So we'll just post a link in here because YouTube takes so much away, and we had some issues last time. But yeah, Tariq, this takes straight over to Shades of Blue Network for 1 a.m. Gunk Show, Tariq, Junk the lot. A lot of love. Hit that subscribe. Let's get them to 1K. Hit them likes and make sure you show love. Luke, Not in My Lifetime, great interview the other day with Bev on Luke, Simon Bajowski from the MEN. Go over there and show them a lot of love, as well as ever. We're all one network. We're all one family.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, this is on tomorrow. Pep Talks Burnley. See, I'm getting creative with the old thumbnails there. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Fair play.
They're the old, a little bit creative. I like it. I've got to cut wood.
Fair enough. Lumberjack, fair play.
Big up, Governor, as well. I'll send you the correct link, by the way, next time. I did get your email. I will send you the next link for Blues Down Under. But yes, post-match, we'll be back tomorrow about 2-3 o'clock. We don't know, but keep your notifications on. We'll be live. We'll do the post-match, the post-press conference reaction. Don't forget City Tone over on Instagram. Me and Ozzy will be joining Tone. And then about 10 minutes later, hopefully me and Ozzy will go straight into the live on here. As long as one of us will be here anyway. I'll be here definitely. And we'll do it that way. And then Saturday I'm at the game, and then we'll do post-match on Sunday where Dan from Turbmore House TV will be on. And go and see the preview I did over there earlier as well. But big up all, stay there on the march. As always, up the Blues. And always remember, different keys, different locks. Take care.